the bodies of people, groups of people, whom nobody elected. Never. As a matter of fact, most of the people don't like them at all, and yet they exist. One of such groups is media. Who elected them?
Today, ownership of the news media has been concentrated in the hands of just 6 incredibly powerful media corporations. The 6 corporations that collectively control U.S. media today are Time Warner, Walt Disney, Viacom, Rupert Murdoch's News Corp, CBS Corporation, and NBC Universal. Together, the big 6 absolutely dominate news and entertainment in the United States.
How come they have so much power? Almost monopolistic power on your mind. They can rape your mind. But who elected them? How come they have a nerve to decide what is good and what is bad for the elected by you, President, and his administration?
Being symbol of an utter human catastrophe that we can't close our eyes to. It is the image of a lifeless child in the arms of a rescuer on a Turkish beach.
Libya was an established government, whether we like them or not, just as North Korea and Iran are established governments, whether we like them or not, or the Sudan government. And what's happening against them is a war of aggression, with the media serving one side to portray the idea that Gaddafi is a terrorist and all these people have been killed and freedom fighters are involved.
Spiro Agnew, who was hated by the liberal left, called them a bunch of enfeebled snobs, and that's exactly what they are. They think they know. They don't.
You can see from the past 10 years or so a steady decline in the percentage of Americans that trust in the mainstream media, and now it's down to around 40%. So 60%, 6 out of 10 Americans do not believe the mainstream media.
The level of mediocrity in a big establishment like New York Times, Los Angeles Times, major television network, you don't have to be excellent journalist. You have to be exactly a mediocre journalist. That's easier to survive. There's no competition anymore.
The mainstream media has been the referee for decades, but they've done such a terrible job because they've been a referee in just feeding us usually what the regime wants us to get.
And right now, thousands of Americans are marching in New York and Washington and across the country, demanding a justice system that applies the same to everybody and honors our values. And we want you to know that our hearts are out there marching with them.
It's only the appearance of fighting because they all agree on the basic things. And that's true in the media, whether you watch O'Reilly or Rachel Maddow. When it comes to issues of war, of the Federal Reserve, of real fundamental issues, they're in absolute agreement. There's just some sprinkling of different flavors depending on if you're R or D.
Power structure slowly is eroded by the bodies and groups of people who do not have neither qualification nor the will of people to keep them in power, and yet they do have power.
These corporate behemoths control most of what we watch, hear, and read every single day. They own television networks, cable channels, movie studios, newspapers, magazines, publishing houses, music labels, and even many of our favorite websites.
They're necessary. They have to be the referees to make sure that we get the right propaganda, as far as I'm concerned, because I think they're puppets for the government.
Who the hell are they?
Yeah.